Welcome back to another episode of Size Previews. As always, I'm Luke Matthews. There's no Chris Bins and we're not in the studio. And also this month, we're not going to be looking at what's coming the month ahead. We're going to be looking at some future projects we've got coming later in the year. We're going to kick this episode off with a project we previewed back in January with Reebok, celebrating 20 years of size. So on some packs, we usually have a story applied to it. So the narrative will be telling the story of maybe when that shoe first came out, or it'll be a certain games or event that was linked to. With this, we wanted the story purely to be size. Obviously, as you know, it's the 20th anniversary this year, celebrates 20 years of size. And what better way to do it than to replace the iconic blue and red of the Reebok Classic and change it with our signature black and orange branding. We've done this across 3 models as an NPC, classic leather and a Club C. And that's not all, because there's a lot of other details on this shoe that we've changed and spec'd up as well. So as you'll notice, there's a really premium chalk leather upper, a grey French terry lining, an exposed foam tongue, which just makes it feel a little bit more vintage of its time. And also you'll see there the black and orange hit on the signature branding. Size 20 logo on the sock liner. And there's also really nice repeat branding with the orange in there as well. So this is one of the other models, the Club C. This is one of the mainstays in our business. In that core category, it's one of the leading silhouettes. For me, it's so good with that black and orange. It's almost super timeless in itself. I think you can see the branding hit on the back there. And one feature I really like on all these shoes is you can actually see the Union Jack is actually gone to black and orange as well. So for me, so wearable, super clean. This is another one just to jump into that pack. As you'll see there, embroidered Union Jack on this one. I love the fact it's really celebrating a hero and size in this as a story. They come with a really special size 20th anniversary box as well. And this is essentially going to replace our Reebok Classic offering for our business for the rest of the year. So if you want to come to size, you want to buy a Reebok Classic, what a better way to do it than to also celebrate our 20th anniversary. Next up, we're going to have a look at a project we've been collaborating on for a while now with PUMA, essentially looking back into their terrace archive. So I've got 2 shoes I want to show you. The first is this, the London. So similar elements from this you'll see from the traditional Bluebird in terms of tooling and upper, but obviously a really striking colourway. So when looking at London, we looked at the Jubilee Line. So essentially that's where that purple comes from. This is a first sample, so a few of these details are actually starting to get changed and tweaked. Perfect for the summer, and I think a great gum on there as well. You see the gold foil London branding on the side, and for us that's a really important part of that shoe. And I think also when you look at football and Puma, over the years for me, I think of players like Pele, Maradona, Cruyff. They've really owned that football terrace culture, and I think it's great to see some of these shoes start to come back. And the next one is a bit of a curveball that me and Bins have been working on. This shoe was a one-of-one custom made for the New York Jets player Joe Namath. Now we couldn't really find much about it anywhere, and I mean, more than welcome to our research as well, because there's not much information about this shoe. But essentially we wanted to recreate it, and what a better way to pay homage to Joe Namath and the Jets themselves by calling the shoe the New York. So we've essentially tried to recreate that custom shoe with that vintage outsole as well on it. I love that colour of that. And these will be individually numbered. So we've got London and we've got New York. So sit back, relax, these are only the first 2. There's a lot more to come from their archive, and I'm super excited to see it start to come through. Now I know last month we did preview the Cordoba on the episode. This month I'm going to preview the Shanghai. However, it's not going to be launching next month. As we've communicated, both the Cordoba and the Shanghai are to be confirmed until we can open the stores again and let the community come together. So I know this has been all over your Instagram for the last few weeks, but we just thought it was a great opportunity to actually show you a little bit more of the details and the stories that went into this shoe. When thinking of Shanghai, we originally started off with a completely different route to this colourway. So we actually first looked at the number plates in Shanghai, which were really royal blue. And essentially the shoe was blue, off-white stripes and a gum sole. And it looked amazing, it looked really clean, it looked classic, but however it didn't look overly special. We'd seen that sort of thing done before. We went back to the drawing board on Shanghai and we came up with 2 colourways. Now, both of these colourways are actually out there. The reaction on both was really interesting, where people were sort of gauging their interest towards. I think out of the 2, this was the more popular, but I'd love to know in the comments which one of the 2 images you prefer. This is essentially looking at that night sky and the neons reflecting in the water. And yet, There is orange and there is purple on the shoe. We wanted something completely different, something that felt very 2020, that also felt like it belonged and existed in that Adidas archive from all those years ago. As you'll see from all the ones we've done this year, it has the sock liner from its twin city, and that'll be the same on the box as well. So you'll see the London box on the inside and the Shanghai on the outside. Comes with a spare lace. We've only got 2 of the laces in here, so it's actually going to come with the red lace for London, the navy lace for Shanghai, and it'll also come with an orange lace for Shanghai as well. So all the details are consistent. I think the more and more you buy the shoes from the pack, the more you build the pack up. So by the end of the year, there'll be 6 boxes with 6 twin cities and the laces and the books. Both the Cordoba and the Shanghai launch dates, as it currently stands, are to be confirmed. Now, being part of the Liverpool store launch and seeing like-minded individuals from the community come together from around the world and celebrate that moment together, to be able to share stories in the queue throughout the night, to be able to keep warm, literally to hear all these things in the morning, it made it even more special. So not only was that shoe special in itself in complete isolation, those stories, those moments absolutely elevated it. And for me not to be able to do that safely for these means it's not right to do it at the moment. So as soon as it's safe to do so, we'll communicate a date for Cordoba first and Shanghai will follow. Hopefully normal service will be resumed very, very soon. It'll be safe to do so. But until it is, we're just going to hold off because we want those moments, we want those memories, we want those stories.